Bryan Mbeumo and Yoane Wissa take all the headlines, but Mikkel Damsgaard has been Brentford's best player in the last 12 months. Winning 4 consecutive Player of the Month awards, he truly had an incredible season. But what made him so good, and why is he Brentford's most important player? If we take a look at Damsgaard in this Brentford team, he operates in a very free role. Some of his best moments come when he drops into his own half. If we take a look at the Newcastle game in the Cup, for example, he drops deep, intercepts the ball, nutmegs Bruno Guimaraes and plays a perfect pass forward to Mbeumo, who sets up a goal for Yoane Wissa. Bruno Guimaraes ranked in the top 25 for tackles last season, so he's certainly not an easy player to beat in a 1v1, but Damsgaard made it look easy. Another good example of him winning the ball back and playing a nice ball forward is the game against Southampton in the Premier League. He wins a loose ball, takes a nice touch to beat Leslie Ugochukwu, and then plays a great pass forward to Kevin Schade, who scores. Damsgaard has the vision to pick out passes most players wouldn't see, and I think the perfect example of this is for his involvement in the goal against Brighton. He receives the ball with his back facing the opposition half, and whilst most players would make a safe pass here, Damsgaard has the vision to spot Lewis Potter's run, and KLP sets up a goal. Mikkel is one of the most underrated players in the Premier League. He's someone who just brings that little bit of magic every single week. In the 2024-25 season, only 7 players created more chances than Damsgaard. 6 of those 7 played for the Big Six, and the remaining player was Bryan Mbeumo, who of course currently plays for Manchester United, one of the Big Six. On top of that, only 11 players created more big chances than him, and he also ranked in the top 7 for expected assists. If we look at the game against Nottingham Forest, Brentford's first game of this season, the first game with Keith Andrews as the manager, we noticed a lack of leadership in that game, mainly down to the fact that Jordan Henderson didn't play. But if we look at the goals in particular, how would Damsgaard have affected the play if he was on the pitch? Of course, he missed the game because he's recently become a father, and we wish him the best in that. But for that second goal in particular with Morgan Gibbs-White, he found a lot of space. Damsgaard usually pops up in those kind of positions to pressure players and to help win the ball back, and I think he would have done if he were on the pitch for that goal. Same goes to the third goal. Elliot Anderson picks up the ball in an area that Mikkel Damsgaard usually operates in, and if he were on the pitch, I'm sure he would have tried to win the ball back. But also the lack of attacking output. Brentford barely had a chance in that first half. If Damsgaard was on the pitch, he certainly would have changed that, and also would have provided some quality on the ball, which we just simply didn't have. Every time we tried to play the ball forward, we just gave it straight back to Nottingham Forest, and it ended up costing Brentford in the end. This, of course, has been a summer of change for Brentford. Thomas Frank has left the club, and Mikkel Damsgaard even said in an interview that he was quite surprised by that happening. Bryan Mbeumo also left the club, even though that was expected. Yoane Wissa has surprised a lot of people by refusing to play for the team. I don't think a lot of Brentford fans thought he had it in him, and I'm sure that surprised a lot of the players as well. Christian Norgard, the club captain, left, and now it's time for Damsgaard to step up. He stepped up last season, and I'm sure he can do it again this season, especially now that he's going to have that same level of pace in the attack. Of course, when you take out Wissa and Mbeumo, you lose a lot of pace, but with Schade and Dango Uatara in that attack, I'm sure we will have that pace. I'm sure he will also get the best out of Igor Thiago. But let me know your thoughts about Mikkel Damsgaard in the comments section below. Thank you as always for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please do hit that like button and subscribe, and until next time, hive out.